Personal Data Protection Bill? Yes, you heard that right. Your personal data needs to be protected. And after much deliberation, the lawmakers are finally moving in the right direction. India's Personal Data Protection Bill is likely to be tabled in the Parliament, a prospective law to protect data privacy of the largest user base on the planet. India has close to 760 million internet users, and majority of us have very less idea about data privacy. That makes us the largest internet user base on the planet, vulnerable to hacks, misuse of our health, financial and personal data. India becomes more vulnerable as every hour thousands of citizens join the internet for the first time, old and young, and don't even care about privacy. The controversial bill has had an extensive timeline. It was in 2016 when Supreme Court identified privacy as a fundamental right. In 2017, the Union government sets up the Justice Shri Krishna Committee. The committee submitted its report in 2018. In 2019, the Personal Data Protection Bill was introduced for the first time and referred to a joint parliamentary committee. In 2021, the report was submitted by the committee, and 2022, government withdrew the bill citing compliance-related reasons. Finally, in 2023, after much lobbying efforts by the internet community startups, the bill gets cabinet approval and will be introduced in this session of the parliament. Although the internet activists and the opposition are protesting that the draft of the bill hasn't been made public yet, the PDP, or the Personal Data Protection Bill, has three basic contours. The first one is the right to information about processing of the personal data. Remember when at stores they ask you your phone number so that they can give you a bill? Well, there have been repeated customer complaints that the number you gave to a car store was passed on without your consent to insurance companies. The Personal Data Protection Bill will ensure that you have all the right to know how your data is being used, who is it being traded with, in whose hands is it finally landing, and finally, who will have access to it. Which means, if you give your phone number to a store, they need to inform you for what purpose your details are being used. And if you're not satisfied, you can deny giving your phone number. Right to withdraw consent. The second basic contour of the Data Protection Bill is about withdrawing consent. Remember those big data leaks? State Bank of India, Zomato, Make My Trip? A lot of personal information of people like card details, Aadhaar, address and PAN details was leaked online. The Data Protection Bill ensures that in case you do not like the way your bank, your food curator or your laptop or phone company handles your data, you can opt out of it. That means your data will be removed from the database of these companies and their server. Violation of this clause can lead to heavy fines on the company. Third contour is the right of grievance, readdressal and nomination. What do you do if your requests are not addressed or your data holder still violating your privacy? A nodal center for grievance mechanism will help you resolve such complaints. Also, what if you suddenly face death or any untoward incident? You have the right to nominate a person like you have in a bank account. Internet activists and opposition have been protesting that although the bill does address privacy issues, it does not clearly articulate the powers of the government agencies and the extent to which they can invade privacy of people, collecting data including biometrics in the name of national security, threats and power subversion. Only time will tell how credible and robust the Data Protection Bill of the world's largest user base is.
Should I stock up on some global brands?
Diversify investments with global stocks. Invest.
Diversification is interesting. Should I invest in global markets?
You only progress when you ask better questions. Mint. Think ahead, think growth.